What's up guys, TJ got Kick89 here back with another review for you guys. Today we have got a pair of DCs that I did not review when they first released back in 2019. I realized that I had them in my vault. I looked in my MacBook and there was a file that I did pre-record in 2019, POV style. If you've been with the channel this long, if this is your first video, I'm sorry, you probably don't know what I mean. But in my first few years of recording YouTube unboxing and reviews, they were POV style, and there were these two shoes. So I'm just gonna cut the crap, I'm not gonna keep you waiting any longer, but this is going to be a two-part video of the OG love pack of the DC, Kalis, and Williams. This video will be on the Kalis OG. These dropped, I think it was the end of November 2019. This was pre-COVID, so these shoes are pretty damn old. Have not gotten a lot of wear out of them because I was afraid that they were not going to be releasing any more Kalises. I did not get the 2020 Love Pack, obviously. I did not get the OG. Obviously, I do have the 2022 double box. But this is the black, gray, red Kalis OG, part 1 of the love pack. Let's just get into the damn shoe. This is the, just to let you know, the sizing for the Kalis OG versus the Williams, the box. This is pretty damn small, so the shoes get pretty compacted and squished in there. Now comparing this with the size of the Williams, and on foot the Kalises look way bigger, but I do not understand why it came in two different box sizes. You know, you can see length and width, definitely you can tell there's a difference, which is funny. Okay, this is the left side. So yeah, wait, should we introduce this more awesomely? Boom! The DC Kalis OG Love Park from November 2019. I have not worn these a lot, but I have worn them just to ensure that the airbag does not face issues in the future. But this is the second retro of the Kalis OG line. Of the OG colorways. Let's not talk about the beams, let's not talk about every other retro that has come in between. But this is, I think, the second OG retro colors that was widely available to the public. This is a quick 360 review. I think I've already probably talked about 5 minutes and have not gotten into the shoe yet. But trying to keep this short, this is one of Kalis's most coveted colorways. Whenever I look at this shoe, I think of his ripped laces, footnotes, and this and the 2022 baby blue double boxes. The baby blue colorway, and these were the two that were in the video. So when I looked at this, and I was like, I didn't even care that this was not my size. This is US 10, obviously half a size up from a US 9.5, but I'm happy that I got these anyways. So the Kalis OG, same, no material differences from the recent Kalis OG releases or from the first few packs. So you have a Palais B toe cap on the front, and this was the part that Kalis said initially he wanted it just to be a straight line from here meeting up until here, but DC decided to just drag that back a little bit, just to probably add a little bit more protection. So in his words, they added this little guy right here, and that extends the toe cap, and this is one of the most durable materials from DC's catalog, and I hope they still keep using it for future skateboard shoe models. On the top, you've got a mesh tongue. This keeps it nice and breathable, obviously. Under that, you've got a gray felt material with the DC logo in red in the middle, just right there. This is obviously a synthetic material, but I don't think your kick flips reach there anyways. Moving over to the side of the shoe, for the first lace hole, you've got this dark gray mesh in suede, and this extends all the way to the back. For the second and third lace holes, you have black suede, which is also pretty nice, and this is making up most of the block of the shoe. Under there, you've got this light gray nubuck, which also extends to the heel, and you can see that at the top eyelid as well. For the DC logo, you've got it slightly slanted. In the OGs, this is just straight and obviously just a little bit bigger, but I think this adds like a really nice flair, kind of shows that it's a retro. You know how like Jordans, they change things up when they retro shoes, so I think this change is pretty much welcome. On the heel of the shoe, you've got black suede, same with the black that's on the second and third lace holes. And on this side, the only difference is that you have that cooling air vent, which obviously adds and helps with breathability. Sorry, that's also the same on this side. So whatever you see on this side is just the same as this side. So going up the tongue, you've got a fairly padded tongue. This does not feel as highly padded as the double box one, but this feels a little bit more slimmer, mid puff, according to Pierre-Andre Senderguest. You've got gray laces with no sort of designs on the tips. On the middle of the tongue, you've got this gray in different tones and a black strip going all the way up. And for the DC logo, you've got it in this rubberized DC Shoe Company USA with the writing in red, and just behind it is like a gray little nylon patch. Going over to the collar, you've got a very comfortably padded collar. This is exactly like how the Chet Thomas retros felt. They don't feel too big, they don't feel too thin, they feel just nice. And for the tongue, that's what the size tag looks like. You've got a black liner on the back, kind of matching the collar as well. On the sock liner on the inside, you have no graphics whatsoever. You have a DC logo done up in red in the heel, if you can see that. I'm just going to try to move it around so you guys can sort of see. And the sock liner is just black going all the way to the front of the shoe. Now let's talk about the other major differences from the OG to this. And when I was looking at the rib laces footnotes, I noticed that the outsole on the K-list, this OG colorway, will look a little bit different to this, because for the pods, you can see the pill pattern pods here. Those are done up in black, but the other parts surrounding the pods are done up in a gray that kind of matches with the gray that you have here. So that's just a difference that I just want you to note. So that's why, like, when I looked at these initially from the images, I was like, oh, there's something wrong. So it was like the runner toe cap here now is black. It used to just be a little bit gray, which kind of matches with the one right here. This is obviously a cup sole construction, so you have one of the most durable skateboarding cup sole designs, in my opinion. Has good flex. Let's just take out the tissue. Has pretty optimal flex. Obviously, once you break it in, this is already nicely broken in, so it is going to flex pretty nicely, but I can't skate these because this is the only one I have. And over to the midsole on the rear part of the shoe, you've got this 180 airbag with a very soft, I think this is PU or Phylon midsole. You've got the outsole peeking up just a little bit right there, and you can see kind of like a little dip upwards. Obviously, that is when skate shoes were designed to be exactly like running shoes. On the heel, you can also see the outsole come up a little bit in black with that zigzag pattern, or a herringbone pattern, as you could say. So I think this, compared with the OG, the first one, the white, gray, navy, they feel exactly the same, but like the double box 2020, the K-list OG baby blues, they kind of feel a little bit stiff. I think obviously this is going to be more wearable and hopefully will stand the test of time. Let's just see how long these last. But yeah, that's just a comparison that I wanted to make about the density of the foam midsole that they use in these versus the double balls. So to wrap things up, we're going over to the outsole now. We've got the pill pattern and the herringbone pattern with the DC Shoe Company logo done up in red in the middle there, just kind of breaking up the midsole. Obviously I prefer the OG because like when you walk you can kind of see a little bit more texture. You can tell that the pill patterns were obviously black, the herringbone sections were obviously gray, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. This is what we get, and I think this is one of the best Keyless OG1 colorways to ever release. You could tell why he wore this a lot back in the day in different video parts, photo, certain parts of the reason, I think. But this is, to me, very symbolic with Keyless's ruling of the Love Park days along with Lil Stevie. So that is the Keyless One OG in the, I call this just the black, gray, red. Released in 2019, been a long time since then, and I think DC has done an amazing job with retroing certain colors of these that I didn't know exist. I just found out this Skaters Cafe was actually also an OG colorway on the all gray one, and I found out that the Beams one was also an OG colorway. What else? But yeah, just wanted to share this with you guys before it obviously gets destroyed and disappears in the vault. But this is the Keyless One OG retro from November 2019. This has been your boy TJ Got Kicks 89. Thank you for staying tuned to part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm out.